Somebody said, Anton, there has to be something you're not telling us. How'd you get started? It sounds impossible, but clearly you do. What is impossible? I am a 41-year-old man. It took me 15, 20 years of grinding, hustling, learning the lessons, failing, building my own businesses, living in my parents' basement, living for free. Up and through, all the way through 2017, 18, 19, I basically lived for free because my father was the maintenance guy at the facility until he passed away in late 2017. And I've dedicated and I've thrown every single dime that I have into paying off, owning, investing, building my businesses, so on and so forth. There is no shortcut to success. There is no hack. It's not a hack. I still work I have like 12 streams of income right now. I still work a regular job. That's the hack. You stay down for 5, 10 years until you get there. Ain't nobody give me, listen, contrary to popular belief, I never, ever, and see, Trevor, you don't know shit. I'm sorry I cussed. Trevor Wilson don't know anything. He has no clue because he's not a bag chaser. He hasn't seen my receipts. He has no clue about what it is that I make on my W-2. He has no clue about what it is that I make on the web development company. He has no clue about my licensing deals. He has no clue about what it is that I generate on all of my different. He don't have no clue of what it is that I make in real estate. No clue whatsoever. But that's speculation. Never got an inheritance. Never got a lawsuit. Never got any of that. Never made no money from nothing. All of it came straight up from grinding, hustling, putting in the work, and running up a check. And every dime that I ever got, I've always put 90, 95% of everything that I made back into the business. I failed. I've had successes. For every one success, I've had 10, 15 failures, but the success is big. No lottery, no none of that. When people can't figure out how you not moving like them, but then you just do it straight up authentically with no, I ain't never, ever, ever in my life, ever went to jail. I ain't never had an investor. I ain't never had none of that. Not one thing. Never. The goal is to become the bank. Do it slow. Slow money. Slow money is the wave. That's the move. Slow money is the wave. You ain't got to worry about nobody coming and accusing you of nothing. You ain't got to worry about no investors. You ain't got to worry about no creditors. You ain't got to worry about none of that. None of that. All you got to do, slow money. Lower your lifestyle. Educate yourself. Continue to leverage everything that you have from a financial perspective in order to invest in the things that you know of. Get a brokerage account instead of a regular bank account or a savings account. It's a process. It takes 40 years to be 40 years old. I held it down, drove regular cars. Had a Ford Focus. I was grinding it out. I was getting it. Hustling. Went broke. And you got to remember, I was getting money back when I was 18, 19 years old. When I was 20, before I could even drink, I was driving a Bentley. It's a fact, though. It's documented. Go and do your research. Before I ever went broke and I had to learn a lesson and suffer as a result of it, before I was 21 years old, I had the Bentleys. And then I realized, you know what? I was doing it wrong. I wound up going broke. I made the adjustment, went back to school, made sure that I didn't go into debt as a result of it, went to community college, continued to invest in myself, lived free for as long as I possibly could in order to allocate all of my resources into the things that I then invested in, had my businesses. One of them went off. Another one went off at the same time. Didn't use any of my salary in order to maintain my lifestyle, but allocated all of that money that I didn't have going into my 401k or my 403b back into my investments, had my money sitting in a brokerage account, continuing to let that compound until I needed to draw money out or had access to it in order to reinvest in another property. It's not complicated. It's an endurance. It's endurance. Somebody said, Anton, how you get the money to have a Bentley? Bro, I was making $120,000 in a plant, working 16 hours a day, 7 days a week at Root Steel. Bro, you better check my history. 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, getting paid doubles. On holidays, it was triple time. I had work ethic. And then along the way, you continue to educate yourself. Listen, stop thinking as a community that somebody got a leg up on you. All you got to do is dedicate yourself. All you got to do is work hard. All you got to do is have an endurance mindset that allows for you to then want to build it slow, and then it'll start to snowball and it'll work for you. And then you can start to have your lifestyle take care of you, your lifestyle substantiated by the investments that you've made. The earlier that you start to do it, the quicker you'll get there, instead of trying to maintain a lifestyle in order to live according to what everybody else's standards is. And I don't have to worry about losing my properties because I own 100% of them. I don't have to worry about the bank calling in my mortgage because I own 100% of it. It's funny because I even remember, what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago, where people was laughing at me because I had a new job opportunity and I wanted to add that into my income. They laughed at me. He going to get another job. He must be going broke. I let them laugh at me, and I just continued to run it up. Bag chasers know. And then when my W-2 came out, I showed them what it is that I was making, and it was like, oh, wait a minute. And then I gave the bag chasers on Patreon the hack for them to be able to make an additional and leverage what it is that they do professionally in order to make another $500,000, $1 million a year. And the bag chasers was like, oh, wait a minute. Let me leverage that. Oh, Anton, he was living for free for the last 10 years. Millionaires don't live for free. Shh. We was running it up. We was comfortable. My daughter was happy. She didn't know no better. She didn't even know we had money. My daughter was super happy. She was nice in her room. We had a little 2-bedroom townhouse, 2 doors down from my mother. We was living for free. My father was the maintenance guy. I'm chilling. What we got to do it for y'all for? Now I can buy anything that I want to buy. And I still work a regular job. And the bag chasers know what it is that I make for a living. They know all of the businesses. They know what the brokerage account look like. You see me paying cash in order to build this house. And guess what? I still work a regular job, fighting every single day trying to figure out whether or not I can leave it or not. They pay me too much money. Why would I leave it? I got a meeting at 2:30 today that I got to do a presentation for. Mike said we still laughing at you. That's cool. Laugh at me while I'm walking into the bank.